Hey everybody, thank you for coming. My name is Curly Joe, and today we are going to be talking about Resellers 101, a beginner's guide. I have notes. So if you're just starting out in reselling, take advantage of all of the wonderful people that are on YouTube and just search for beginner's guides or Reselling 101. They'll really give you a lot of valuable information. Because what you don't want to do is waste your time going out buying a bunch of stuff that's not going to sell. You want to get stuff that's going to sell. So the first thing to do is to go through your house, go through your closet, go through your drawers, go through your kitchen, go through your linen closet, go through the garage, and see what you have that you don't want anymore and sell it online. Whether it's on Poshmark, which is my main platform, or eBay, or Mercari. Try one of those sites, and when you price the items from your house, what you can do is you can take a garment. Let me grab a garment real quick. Here's a garment. Take your garment that came out of your closet, right? Look at the tag so you can see who the maker is. Go to Google, put in the maker with a brief description. So this is a striped long sleeve t-shirt by that maker, which I think is Jules. And see what pops up. Go to, Jules has their own retail site, and go and see how much that t-shirt sells for brand new. That particular t-shirt brand new, I think it sells for $49. And if you use Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, you can put in the retail price, but it's going to give you a suggested selling price depending on the condition. And just go with this suggested selling price. Now remember, if it's something from your closet, let's say that that's your t-shirt and it retails for $49. And Poshmark says for you to list it for $25, okay? And let's say that it's up for sale for a while and you receive an offer from somebody for $15. Well, you know, if you had a yard sale at home, you wouldn't even get $5 for that t-shirt. So if somebody offers you $15, you know, it's your listing, it's your reselling business. You can do what you want, but sometimes when it's coming out of my own closet, I will absolutely take less money for it, because it was mine. I paid for it. I don't know why I paid for it, but I probably got it on sale. So if I'm trying to move inventory out, then move it out. When I do sourcing, oh, and another tip is talk to your family members, talk to your friends. They have any items that they're going to donate? Go and pick them up. Just tell them, hey, I'll come and pick those up for you. You don't have to take it to wherever they were going to take it. I'll come and get it. Go through everything, see if it's in great condition. You can steam it if you have a steamer. Take pictures of it, take measurements of it, and see if you can get it sold. If it came to you free and somebody makes you an offer of, you know, $10 or something for whatever it is, remember, you didn't actually pay anything for that garment. You spent time with it if you had to wash it, steam it, take measurements. But when you paid $0 for it, then you can go ahead and take less money for the item. That way you can move it quickly out of your inventory. So when you start, after you get to a point where you've got more inventory and that money is coming in, at that point, that's when you want to think about going and doing some sourcing. I jumped the gun too quickly and went and started doing sourcing, and wound up with some stuff that was difficult to move, very difficult to move, because I was just going with the knowledge that I had in my head instead of doing my homework first. So do your homework, find resellers that are on YouTube that are giving you BOLO lists. BOLO is be on the lookout for. And they will go over all of the top brands of women's clothing and men's clothing, if clothing is what it is that you sell. And that way you can make a list of those particular brands, so that when you're out looking for clothes, you know what you're looking for. Source as cheaply as you can. asking your friends, asking your family members where you can get stuff free. Go on Facebook Marketplace, see if somebody is giving stuff away free, clothes, just go and get it. If you have a Goodwill outlet where you live, which is what we call the bins, stuff there is usually somewhere between $1.79 to $2 per pound, depending on where you live. And when you start going through those bins, all these clothes are in this, they're in a bin all together, so you have to dig through. And you can pick out what you want and put it in your cart. Well, before you decide, hey, this is it, I'm gonna buy this thing, stand in there, take a few minutes, take your cell phone and pull up Google, put in the brand name, brief description again, and see what that is selling for. You can put that item in eBay or Poshmark. Find the item, and you can go over into eBay has a tab where you can see what it sold for. Poshmark has the same thing, availability, where you can see what that item has recently sold for. So that way you will know how much that may possibly sell for you. A lot of people, your business model may be, you know what, if I only make $10 per item, I'm fine with that. Some people want to make $20 or $30 per item. It just depends on how much you want to make for the time that you're putting in. So after you get these things and you list them online, once they get sold, well, what do you got to do then? You have to ship it. So since you're just starting out, there's no reason to spend a lot of money on shipping supplies. If your platform is Poshmark, they have a deal with the post office. Everything is shipped priority mail. You can go to the post office, or you can get online, the United States Post Office website, and you can order free shipping supplies to come to your house. These are waterproof envelopes. I use them for almost anything. You can get these wonderful shoe boxes. And they also have another box. It's longer and thinner, so you can get like blazers or sweaters in there that won't fit in the envelope, or where the shoe box may not be the right size. Now, the other thing that I did was I got in touch with all of my neighbors, and I said, any boxes or envelopes that you get from Amazon, may I have those? And they just gave them to me. So the Amazon envelopes, you can take those and turn them inside out so that the logo is not showing, or you can show the logo. I don't think Amazon cares, but you can turn it inside out if you want to, so you've got free shipping supplies. You might need to go to your local big box store and pick up, I use the thicker, clear packaging tape, and you can get some thank yous after you get some money rolling in. Let's get some money rolling in before you start buying business supplies. A lot of people, I use thank you stickers. I use large sheets of tissue paper now, but I didn't buy anything until the money started coming in. And you don't need to buy fancy lights. If you have to lay something on the floor, lay it on the floor. If you have a wall in your house where you can hang that article up and take pictures, that's fine. Taking pictures, the better your pictures are, the more views that item is going to have, and the faster it's going to sell. So I use I think it's called Photo Room, an app on my phone. It's free. When you put the picture up, at least on Poshmark, it's going to say Photo Room. I don't think anyone cares, to be honest. Most retail stores, if you're shopping online, go to Patagonia, go to Dillard's, you'll see the majority of their clothing, there's a white wall behind it. So when you take your picture on your phone and then you open up the Photo Room app, it'll then say, is it from a photo? You choose yes. It'll find the photo. Your gallery will open. You touch the photo that you just took, and then you can white out that background. You can make the background blue. You can make the background black, whatever it is that you personally like, where you think that that item is going to be better displayed. I usually and I only use that for my first picture that's the public is going to see, unless I can find a stock photo. Let's talk about stock photos. We're going to go right back to this same shirt. So you find this shirt, you go to their website, which is Jules. You try to, if you see this exact shirt for sale, those are stock photos. Now, on eBay, you can get severely pinged, let's say, for using stock photos. They can remove the listing. Poshmark is the same way. If you've got a Coach bag and you put stock photos up there and Coach sees it or Poshmark sees it, they can remove the listing. The consequences, I'm sure the consequences could probably be severe, where they can just shut your account down for using stock photos. So you need to know, if you're going to use stock photos, there's some risk there, and you need to decide whether or not you want to take that risk. Some people do, some people don't. So you've got your free shipping supplies. Ask your friends and your neighbors. So on Poshmark, when you take a picture, get into if you're using your phone, get into the settings. And for Poshmark, they want like a square picture, and you can fix the settings on your phone to where it's a 1:1 ratio for eBay and for Poshmark. Those seem to work better than other pictures. So I told you how to check comps. Another way you can check comps, or let's say you take that top and you put it into Google, you put in the brand name, you put in it's striped, it's long sleeved, and nothing pops up. This happens with me a lot when I find vintage pieces, because they're vintage. So what I do is I take a picture of that item using Google Lens, and most of the time, whatever I take a picture of, it pops up. So it will tell you the brand, it will tell you a description, it will tell you how much it's being sold for. I found an owl pitcher one time, a water pitcher, at a thrift store. I think they wanted $3 for it. I took a picture with Google Lens real quick, and it popped up that it was a rarer piece, vintage piece, that had recently sold for, I think it was $175. So, well, I'm not leaving it at the store when it's only $3. So I brought it home, Google Lensed it. I got all of the information that I could about what era it was from, the glass that it was made of. And it took about a year, but that finally sold for, I think I sold it for $80. So, you know, $80 when you only paid $3. I'll take that all. I'll take that all day long. All day long. On Poshmark and on eBay, one thing that you can do is to delist and relist your listings. If you go to Poshmark, if you're on Poshmark and you go to the help section, just in the search bar, put delist and relist, or go to YouTube and search delist and relist. What that will do, it will take a listing that you've had. That way you get the instructions so you know exactly how to do it, because I could explain it, but I think it's easier if you just watch a video. If you've had an item on Poshmark or eBay for 30 days or longer, if you go in and delist it and then relist it, it pops up on that platform as a brand new listing. That brand new listing should trigger the algorithm that you've just done a bunch of new listings, which allegedly will help bring people to your listings, whether it's on Mercari or Poshmark or eBay, which will help the overall availability and probability of somebody seeing that item so that you can get it sold. On Poshmark, when people make you an offer, you can accept the offer, you can counter the offer, you can decline the offer. eBay is the same way. Mercari is the same way. If you have an item selling for $50 and somebody on any platform, they make you an offer for $10, I think it's easy in the beginning to be offended. That's called a lowball offer. When someone gives me a lowball offer, I'll just counter it. You know, if I've got something selling for 50 and they offer me 10, and I'll just counter back at 40, you know, or 45, give them a 10%, 20% discount. They'll go away. You know, they will eventually, if they don't want to pay what it is that you want to get for the item, they'll go away. You don't have to, you know, don't let them ruffle your feathers, and don't get into a conversation with them. If they start sending you ugly comments, block them. and go on about your day. Because, you know, we have flowers to smell. Somebody out there's got a cat that you could pet. I have a dog. I hug and pet my dog. Don't let people that you've never met ruffle your feathers, because it's not worth it. In the scheme of all things that is life, somebody that you've never met, you know, just don't let them get to you like that. You are going to make mistakes. It's okay. You know, everybody does. Just every time that you purchase a piece, try to think about, how much money do I really, because listing takes time. You have to create a title. You have to create a description. You need to take measurements. You have to take many pictures from different angles in order for these things to sell. How much is your time worth? So think about all those things. Watch as many videos as you can. When you get to the point where you've got 400 to 500 listings, then you could consider getting a bot. I use Poshmark is my main platform. That has worked better for me. Mercari, I quit listing on Mercari because they wanted you to give everything away. eBay is a machine. It is a beast, and you have to be, I don't know what you need to do to get their attention, because I was never able to figure it out. But there are a lot of people that have been tremendously successful selling on eBay, and there are a lot of YouTubers out there that can give you fantastic guidance on how well to do eBay. I did sell on Depop for a short period of time. I was having really good success on Depop. What got me with Depop is that when someone purchases something on Depop through PayPal, my account kept getting hit with a fee, a Depop fee, PayPal fee, but it was never attached to anything. So there wasn't any clear guidance as to how much percentage they were taking, right? eBay, it varies. It's usually about 15%. It can depend on how much the item sells for. Poshmark is usually 20%, unless I think the item is under $15 or under $10. So you're not hit with surprise fees. But on Depop, it was every time I turned around, there was another fee. But you didn't know what it was. You didn't know what the heck the thing was attached to. And at that point, you don't know how much of your money you're losing to fees, because you can't get any clear indication of what it's for. And trying to communicate with Depop was a challenge. It was, and so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna stick with Poshmark. And when I find high value items and good vintage pieces, that's what I put on eBay. Thank you so much for listening to this video. If you would hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, I personally would really appreciate it. And you can go to, I do use Posher VA for my bot, but I'll talk about that more the next time. Thanks. Appreciate y'all. Bye.